Rev-Up office numbers are 572-0383 and 572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Up next, Hard Drive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Mangrove, and Joseph Shipping Agency. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Joseph's Shipping Agency.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.rambalisfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
A vacation is a place where love resides, where peace reigns on the edge of tides. 12 bungalows built to your satisfaction. Dine in an exquisite restaurant on the water's edge. Escape to the Mangrove Hideaway, where life begins.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X. Welcome to Hard Drive for today, Wednesday, the 27th of August. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show. To my immediate right, none other than the lovely Kina. Kina, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre Paul. How are you doing?
I'm well. All is well with you?
I'm doing great.
And how's snow doing?
Snow is being snow.
Yeah? Dashing through?
Yeah, kind of. Good morning, Totoons. Good morning, Tony Paul. How about you?
I'm doing fine.
That's
fine.
great.
Good morning to all, one and all. Andre, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Tony. All is well on your side?
As well as can be.
Okay,
Oh,
that's lovely.
great.
That's lovely.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Yes. We have to talk about 95.9. Reminding our listeners and our viewers that we're going to be making that changeover in about a week and a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm not sure, Tony, exactly how it pans out in terms of the length of time to move over. Is it something that just happens a half hour, an hour, a day? I'm not too sure. Have you discussed that with Fires yet?
I have indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, enlighten us.
First off, I guess the closest one he would have to go to, where? Gomon.
Gomon. Mm-hmm.
How he says it?
So he has to go to all three sites.
But yes.
So
how he says Gomon again?
Oh, Gomern.
I just thought I had to let you drop that on the radio.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea trying to speak Creole.
Woo!
Yeah. I sound like it, right? Like it.
That's why I laugh so much.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So all three sites.
Yes.
So it starts with Gomern first.
It starts there.
And then
so that would mean the north would have it. No. Okay. Let me put it this way. What would probably happen? No, I made sense the first time. You would go there, go on, boom. It's in the north of the island.
I wonder how long that takes.
No time. Just switch over.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I wonder, I think he said it to me, half an hour max.
Okay.
Not so much. If not, you know what I mean? I don't even think it's half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's that. Then he goes to Vieux-Fort. Mulashik
Mm-hmm.
does the same thing. Goes to Soufrière, does the same thing. So it's in one day. He'll hit, again, those were his words. He'll kill 3 birds with
one stone. So I imagine that process would most likely be next week Sunday.
Yes,
Probably,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
In time for Monday.
Again, not this coming Sunday. He's ready. I mean, he's like, but of course,
Yeah.
we need the time to get the listeners to understand that this is what's happening. Because, somebody who may miss the programs that we're doing now and talking about it may miss it entirely, and they go, wait a second, I can't get Rev-Up.
Tony, what you're saying is so true, because I remember even maybe like after a year after we came on, some people said they had no idea that we were on.
You're very correct. Up to this time.
They have no idea.
Our friend Iphigenia Gina,
Mhm.
and Gina says she's talking to some people, and people have no idea where Andre Paul is, or there's a radio station
Yes,
called Rev-Up.
yes.
Yeah.
Imagine that, and that's after like close to 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Wow. So that's going to happen again for sure, because not everybody's listening, not everybody's going to share the news and so on.
Right.
So we're gonna. It's a long process again.
It is, and I'm glad that we're taking this time to do it.
Mhm.
The time to keep telling the listeners that this is happening. It's going to happen, and as it gets closer to the exact date, we will let them know as well, so they can make the change over to 95.9.
Yes, 95.9. Keep that written in your little book, a little red book, your black book.
They don't have that these days. Your telephone.
Telephone, yeah.
Or
yeah,
your
that's
laptop
true.
and
That's
so
true.
on,
That's true. Yeah, man. So also that kind of ties in with our plans for our 2nd anniversary celebration.
Right.
Yes, I think we're a little more advanced in the plans right now. We're going to be having an old school party on the 11th of October. Now, I think the official date is the 16th when we opened, right? I think it's the 16th of October, somewhere around there, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So because of availability of a venue, especially the venue that we're now looking at, which is going to be the Sandals Golf Resort, up at Cap Estate. Yeah. So the 11th was available because all the other dates were taken up already. So, folks, we got to get ready for that activity. As soon as you see other things are put in place and so on, we'll be having much more details. We'll have a promo, right, which is going to be recorded by Zen. Yeah, so giving much more information. And what we're going to do this year, as far as the major prizes concerned, the last time that we did it, we had 3 $1,000 prizes. So we got a lot of complaints from people who came to the event saying, well, that kind of limited their possibility of winning. So this time we're going to spread it out a lot more. Yeah? So
Yes.
to ensure that more people the chances of them winning are greater.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we could do like what they're doing at the Powerball, 815 million. I think tonight is the next draw, right, Tony? In the US. I think tonight is the next draw.
I'm not following that.
Yeah, I am. That's a lot of money.
You're not probably following it.
I'm not following either.
That's a lot of money. Yeah,
I'm
because
not
remember,
there, I'm not playing, so.
Yeah.
remember Tony, we have friends, family in the US.
That's true.
So, and I think all our friends and family, I think they're playing.
Really.
So you never know. You just never know.
That's right.
Yeah.
The only way you could know if you'll win is if you try.
So Tony, let's just assume for a second, right, that our good and loving sister, who we know is going to check for us if she wins, right? And say she wins all that cash, and for each of us she gives us like maybe a $20 million, 20 million US, right, Tony? Would you still have the zeal to work?
No. You know me, Andre. One word answers. No. No. It's because we have done this. Otherwise, let's just say if it was not for this, Andre, I'd start thinking
Retired.
Yeah. Without a doubt, let me tell you. I like relax, man. I like it. Yeah. But the retirement thing would be on condition. Like if I do like 2-3 days a week, some let's just say again, if this were not ours, I go to someone with a radio station and I say, well, I don't mind doing 2-3 days, 4 days, or maybe even 5 days a week. Go on the air, do my thing, done. Nothing else to worry about.
You mean on another radio station?
That's right.
So what about this one?
But I said, if this were not existing.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah.
No, I
if
told
we
you about
didn't.
that. Yeah, well, I guess we're talking about all kinds of things that not existing because highly unlikely we're going to win that anyway.
Exactly. How you put it? One out of
One out of 292 million.
Million.
Yes.
Exactly.
Chance of winning.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I hope somebody wins tonight. But at some point, somebody's going to win, Tony.
I do suppose.
Because a lot of people, it's not just the mainland U.S. You have Puerto Rico and
Virgin Islands.
Virgin Islands. Yeah.
Really?
They
All part of that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's how that works?
Yeah, even Puerto Rico. I think Puerto Rico and all.
Well, Puerto Rico is part of the USA.
Well, exactly.
Imagine that, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, why not?
The Bahamas, is it? I think Bahamas. I think I think Bahamas as well.
No.
There's one here, not the Bahamas. Or if not the Bahamas, another one. But anyway, let's continue to talk.
Yeah. So that's good money, man. Good money. So I hope somebody wins, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's just just sad that the American government takes so much. Uncle Sam, or should I say Uncle Trump, takes so much. Yeah, they take a good chunk out of that thing. I think Canada, I'm not too sure. I don't think Canada would tax you. I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, I find the government is rude, Gasser.
As you said,
you come and make your intuition, your hard work, your $2, and Uncle Trump just going to snatching that from you.
I'm so glad you went back there. Remember we spoke about the lottery here? Right. No, it's not taxed. Someone or
the one in St. Lucia?
Right.
Okay.
Remember I said, yeah, I believe it's taxed. They say no. One of it is not taxed. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, let's not put anything in government head. Like that they may be listening and say, oh yeah, let's go there.
Let's tax the lottery winnings.
Okay. So let me just do some in-house chores. The Tomaso bread place today, Tony's double whammy. Pigtail bouillon and Bax bouillon today. Yeah, pigtail bouillon and Bax bouillon today.
So it's a bouillon affair.
Yes, they made one specially for Bax, Tony.
Ah, my boy, so you got to go pick that up, all right?
Yeah, it's for Bax bouillon. So, pigtail bouillon, Bax bouillon. Two of St. Lucia's favorite, for sure. And of course, the usual CMOS flavors, including coconut, ginger, peanut, and peanut punch, and regular CMOS with flaxseed and chia seeds. All the good stuff. So, pigtail bouillon, I think she said she has some Tanya inside there. Yeah. Tanya, so let me ask you, Tanya and Edo's, same thing?
No. Kina would probably know even better still.
I wouldn't.
Yeah?
Okay.
I love sauce, my mom.
So these are two different things?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, the Tanya
very
and
much so.
the Edo's.
Yes.
I think one is a bit bitter than the other, I think.
All right.
Yeah. That's all I know.
Yeah.
They're not.
Tanya Edo's. Anyway, somebody who knows will rearrange our ignorance. All right, Tony. So so that's it. I just have a little shout out for somebody here. Happy birthday to Joseph Reynolds. Your darling wife, Mel, she messaged me early this morning, but I didn't get a chance to check my phone. By the time I checked the phone, it was kind of too late. Okay. She said that he was listening at that time.
All right.
So special good morning to Mr. Joseph Reynolds, celebrating his birthday today. Mr. Reynolds, a very, very good morning to you, sir. Happy birthday. I hope you're listening. Have yourself a great day. This is from, I imagine, your entire family, but especially from your lovely wife, Mel. All right, Joseph Reynolds, happy birthday to you. Okay, so as always, it's time to ask you guys if anything you want to mention, anything to talk about.
It seems as though our partner Bax is listening.
He is.
And he sent a voice message, really short voice message.
Let me hear that, man.
Oh, you serious?
Why not?
All right, let me hear what he said. I hope Andre,
use a cuss word.
Exactly, because as partners, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so man. I won't take the chance. All I could say is,
oh my gosh, imagine that.
No, I'm very serious. He may drop some kind of joke, you know what I mean? Not necessarily a curse word, but some kind of joke that maybe not be fit for airplay.
Okay.
Yeah, we like that.
Well, Bax boy, you have some Bax booyah for you.
So maybe that's what he was chiming in on.
They named it after you.
Yeah. A couple of things, Andre. He, as we're speaking now, he will be on Newsmaker Live tonight.
Okay.
That's right. And he was with, I think, Stanley Lucen yesterday morning.
Making the rounds, boy.
Yeah, he is
making the rounds.
That is why this week I suppose he couldn't be with us. So maybe next week he'll probably come back.
I may be having Mr. Haraxing. Soon.
Okay,
May. That's been worked out.
All right.
Yeah. So looking forward to it. Yeah.
Other matters, Andre. Last night, remember I said yesterday that the next match for the CP Caribbean Premier League would be St. Lucia Kings playing last night, right? They played against Guyana Amazon Warriors. Andre, the Amazon Warriors scored 201 or 202 runs. I'm like, game over. We can't score that. because they just allowed. There's a fella there that give us a kind of licks. Sixes were raining last night.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, we ain't making that. Andre and Keena, well, let me tell you something. Our very own homegrown St. Lucian boy, Akil. I'm trying to remember his last name now.
Well, it's
is it
Akeem.
Akeem?
Hakeem, I think, but I
Hakeem.
don't know his last name.
Right, the last name will come because they say the last name a lot. He came there, Andre, and he came in at number 3, which is as we say in local parlance, one down.
Mm.
And Andre played a sensational innings of 73. That's right.
Wow.
Got man of the match last night.
Wow.
And
That's
we
amazing.
won the match.
Ah.
St. Lucia Kings won the match against Guyana Amazon Warriors.
Hey, Akeem.
Good
Akeem.
going, Hakeem.
Somebody probably
Akeem.
in a hurry to send that to me. Akeem, eh?
Well, big up
Not
to
sure what his- I can't
Akeem,
remember
man.
his last
I
name.
can't remember. I can't believe I remember. Just last night it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So no. Let me say, rev up to Akeem.
Big Andre, big time. Young guy. And he played some really good shots, like cricket shots. You know, they say T20 is like you just hit the ball, you just swing your bat. Andre, he played some lovely cricket strokes. I was like, hey, boy, hopefully he can continue. One for the future. I'm really hoping that. Yeah.
Cricket, lovely cricket.
Ogis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Akeem Ogis.
Akeem Ogis.
Yes.
So where's he
Just
from?
checking.
Is it somewhere? Grand Riviere, I think. Yeah, Grand Riviere. Yeah.
That's good, man.
Andre, I look at the boy. He got
old
man
is he?
of the match. Good question, too. I remember recently he was 19, but time flies so much. He must be about 21 by now or something like that.
Okay.
Because he played under 19 and scored a set of runs for St. Lucia and all of that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of potential in this kid.
So that's
Tony,
great.
I'm gonna be honest. Since I left
New York?
no, since I left television
Oh, okay.
news, being a news anchor, I don't really watch local television anymore. Maybe it's because I'm just more into the YouTube thing.
international,
I'm not too sure.
okay.
So I'm just wondering, do we still have some really good sports programs on the television stations? Do we still have?
Just the regular news. I think one, as far as I remember, besides, of course, the sports station, there's a sports station called Winners. Besides them, that I'm remembering, there's, yes. NBC started it recently as well. All right, let me just give the information.
I think DBS has one, right?
That's the one that I was going to say. Then I remember NBC.
Oh, okay.
So Brian Calix is still doing it. Okay, and NBC recently got this lady who worked with Winners, and I see she's now doing some a sports cast. Yes.
Do you think sports on local media? Do you think it has a huge following?
You put me on the spot.
Yeah. What do you think?
Gosh, it's personal. People, this is personal for me. As much as I always talk about how much I love sports, I find it a little difficult to watch the local sports news. I switch to more news when the sports come on.
Wow.
Other TV stations to check for more news instead of watching the sports news. That's, again, this is personal.
You don't find it attractive, no?
I love
Yeah.
when Terry Finister was doing it.
You love, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just me for now. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was just curious.
And
Just curious.
Kenson did it at one point in time, didn't
Who?
he? Kenson.
Yes,
Right, Kenton on HDS,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
and I think on NBC as well.
They made it very exciting to watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So before we go off the cricket, tomorrow night is the next match for the St. Lucia Kings. So far, Rain has washed out 2 of the matches. So that means we got 2 points, like 1 point each, and then this win. So we're on 4 points.
Alrighty. So let's talk about. Oh, anything you want to mention, Keena? Yeah,
No.
you good?
I'm good.
All right. Employment. I was reading a story this morning that I just thought I should just mention that. I think that is just so cool. KM2 Solutions, they are adding another, according to the Prime Minister, 300 new jobs.
Oh, great.
Yeah, 300 new jobs. And they said by the time the expansion is complete, they would have reached 1,000. That's a lot, boy. And
1,000 more jobs is a big deal.
yeah,
But beyond that, it's not just having the jobs. A lot of times you have people coming and invest into the country. You have the jobs, but it's the employers not paying enough so that these individuals can sustain themselves. So they live paycheck to paycheck. So that's happening a lot in our society.
Yeah, but where does the
But
minimum
new
wage?
Jobs, perfect.
Okay.
you asking a question, Tony, about
Yeah.
the minimum wage?
Where does the minimum wage fit into this? What you're saying that the wages are so low.
The minimum wage works. I think the Labor Department have said it. I think the minister have said it as well. But we still have individuals that live below the minimum wage for a number of reasons. Maybe the hours that they work. Some individuals are hourly paid workers compared to monthly paid workers. And some individuals only work maybe an hour a day. So their take-home salary at the end of the month would be a lot lower than what the minimum wage stipulate. So that will happen.
I remember I was with HTS at the time when it was Helen IT, and I remember a figure of 700 employees at the time.
Yeah.
I think that was the target. And I often wonder, I said, wow, I mean, how do you pay all those people? Right? So they started, I think, about 700, and that started diminishing quickly. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Because that's a huge challenge, man.
Yes.
Especially for what they call an upstart.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
in terms of the Helen IT, I have a little bit of information. They worked on commission, that kind of thing. So whatever it is that they get to sell and so on, they would make the commission on. And perhaps it's still that way.
But again, I guess that goes back to what Kino was just talking about. With that commission thing, that it's like a basic salary.
Yes.
And basic might be pretty low.
Very low.
Yeah, so now you have to really, really, really push to ensure you can get that salary up there.
That's right.
Now, there's some people, I'm not talking about KM2 Solutions, there's some people who work at certain organizations and they get their 10% commission or 15% commission, and sometimes they make a lot of money.
Yeah,
That's true.
sometimes they do make
They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's true.
They
They
even make
really
more.
have to push though.
Yes,
To,
yeah.
to make that money.
Yeah, sometimes they make more than the manager himself.
Yeah.
And there are some organizations in St. Lucia that don't have a basic salary for the staff. All they make is commission, and they
Right.
really have to push. And there are a lot of people in St. And I was like, when I heard that, I was like, what?
So you said
Yeah.
a lot of people?
There are a few people in St. Lucia that work solely on commission alone, and
Okay.
sometimes the hours of work are very, very long to make that maybe 4,000 or 3,000 or whatever a month.
I wonder if we have laws governing those things, because to me, any employer must be willing to put in something. Instead of saying somebody's working on
We have
pure
some
commission.
employers in St. Lucia, that's
Right.
all they do, the commission, nothing else. That's
Yeah.
it.
Even if it may be a little low, and low
Yeah.
It's up
is
to-
relative.
It's
but
up to the individual to accept it or reject it. So if you accept, okay, but a lot of times, since we're talking about it, the commission is pretty high because
Yeah,
we're
but
not giving
what
you a
about
salary, so the commission is high.
if you have someone, let's factor in that, right? You have someone that is trained in that particular field. You have somebody new coming in, just straight out of high school or Sir Alpha, and they want to, get a job. That's their first job. How you expect them to make that commission to sustain themselves at the end of the month? So it would be challenging. So you'll have companies like that having a high turnover because people won't stay.
Very much so.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. To me, we should have laws regulating those things. To me, no company in St. Lucia, I'm talking about some other place, should not be allowed to have that sort of arrangement. There must be something basic for the person, because sometimes you just don't do very, very, very well.
Yeah, what about
can't
days
get
that
blood
you
out of a
just-
stone.
Yeah, especially if you're doing sales, and there are
Right.
days where people just don't want to buy.
It could be very frustrating, especially as Kina mentioned, a young person coming out of, school and so on, whether high school, whether tertiary or college, where's my, what am I making? Where's my salary? That kind of thing. It's frustrating, and it just drives you crazy. Then, like she said, also, that's where you get the high turnover rate.
Yeah, I wonder if the workers enjoy it. I wonder if they enjoy making calls and so on, like a call
I'm sure
center.
some do.
When I was in America too, and I never spoke about that. I did that for a little while.
You serious?
Oh, you did?
Yes. It was just about
At a call center?
No, it wasn't really like a call center, but okay, I had hooked up with this organization if you don't have a job in, say, in radio, because that's my field, they will tell you where you can get some kind of employment to kind of tide you over until you get what you're really, really looking for. So I remember it was this Fred Astaire sort of thing, organization where they're pushing dancing and this sort of thing for older folks and to encourage them to come and to take the classes. And I remember sitting there, I tell you, me and my personality, I don't like the rejections. I couldn't deal with it. I started doing this thing, man. Yes, it's true, I got a few people, and you know how to have a nice voice. Well, I had a nice voice. People saying, is this a machine talking to me? Yeah, is this a machine talking to me? I said, no. And I didn't like the fact they say, nah, we're not interested. And you get that like most times. One or two people in the day will say, okay, fine. So the people who do that kind of work, I say, bravo to you, man.
Yeah.
It takes a certain type of mentality to deal with the rejections.
Yes.
And I don't handle that very well, Tony.
Yes.
To
Because
be honest, I don't handle it very well at all.
that's the thing. Sometimes you know people see a call coming through to them, because I've heard people say that a call coming through to them, you answer the call, all of a sudden it's this, what do you call them, telemarketers?
Yes.
Marketers, right.
You go like, they just start to curse you.
Yeah, because you. I forgot that part. Yeah, because that happened to me.
Did it happen to you?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Curse me up, man. Yeah.
And even now, so it has become more advanced that the phones are set up in such a way that they block calls from telemarketers. So, yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, you can.
So that's rough work. But nonetheless, I mean, you know, if 1,000 people employed, an additional 300, hey, bravo. Okay? But I take Kina's point that salary should be, I don't know what they pay. I don't know what they pay there, to be honest with you, but issue of what people are paid, a basic and the commission and so on, it ought to be fair. And just a word to employers, I don't think we should wait for a law to tell us, you know, to do better if we can do better. Because there's some people that can do better.
That can do better and they still don't.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
that's the thing. Okay, we hardly hear about the Integrity Commission, but they were in the news this morning.
You're still around?
Exactly. Yeah, so the Integrity Commission, their aim, if you will, is to promote accountability and good governance, mainly from our leaders, right? When I say leaders in government and so on. And they say that their job is to monitor the conduct of public officials, ensure compliance with statutory requirements, and investigate potential breaches. Now, I do not know whether the monitoring that they're doing, if they are obligated to make it public, right? If they find, as I said, breaches and so on, are they obligated to make that public? I say that because in the case of Jamaica, that's why I'm bringing this up, the current Prime Minister, Mr. Holness, this gentleman, right, when he apparently started in 2017 as Prime Minister, he was taking in, I have the figures there, about 350,000 Jamaica dollars. I imagine that's probably for the year, okay? Or at least that's his net worth, 350,000 Jamaica dollars. Not bad. But in 1998, that's not even 2025, 1998, they said his net worth had increased to 160 million Jamaica dollars. Yeah. 160 million. I mean, how do you do that? You're making a prime minister's salary. And as far as I know, as a prime minister, unless, of course, maybe he's allowed to have some kind of other form of employment. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he has
Maybe he's doing other things.
I don't know, but he said, and that's what I ask you all, he says that he got his wealth honestly. That's what he says. So, the question I'm going to ask is, can somebody get their wealth honestly in this world?
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah.
The other thing with Andrew Holness, I'm thinking, is this. Maybe he has other investments, like you make your salary and you just invest it in other businesses and so on. I'm just saying because I have no idea.
Well, exactly, because obviously...
Because it's his overall worth, right?
Yeah, his net worth.
Exactly.
They are actually investigating him. They actually, the Integrity Commission that they have in Jamaica, I don't know exactly what it's called, they actually investigating to find out how that could be.
Okay.
So if as we were saying a while ago, he has these other things, that would not be any secret. Most Jamaicans would know, that he has this and he has that.
True. Yes.
And you know, Tony and Kina, this has been said here about politicians in St. Lucia.
Trust is a big factor, the trust in our leaders,
Yeah, how they able to have all the things that they have in a short period of time. Yeah. So that's why I asked the question a while ago. Can somebody get wealthy by just simply being honest?
Yeah, man.
Now that honesty would also mean not riding on people's backs as well, huh? To get what you want, because we forget that element,
Yeah.
right? You know, some people, you know, going up the ladder and just, you know, kicking you down, or they walk on top of you, right?
Right,
To
right,
get
right.
to
yes,
get what.
yes.
Now that's not mean that they're being dishonest, right? Because that has nothing to do with dishonesty, right?
In some shape or form, yes, it is.
Yes.
Because if someone is above you and you're doing everything
Right.
to pull them down, you
Right.
are somewhat being dishonest in that regard.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, man.
thinking perhaps.
Yeah, you are. Because you're trying to prevent someone from going further up the ladder because you want to take over. You want that position. It should be handed to you in a manner that you've worked hard for it, but not that you're trying to hold someone down for that position.
Don't you think that's more like the big fish eating the small fish?
Although
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
yeah, wait.
Since you okay, let me just say
So,
this: the more I think about it, Andrew, because I have a few minutes to think about it, I'm thinking perhaps not. You know.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
I think
there we
yes,
go.
the people are genuine. There
There
are
we go.
people out there that are real genuine, and we also I have a tendency to go back to what the Bible says, because God elevates you when you least expect it. So if you trust Him and you do as He says to do, and you're patient and you work hard, He will elevate you. You just have to be patient.
But the
and
thing
take
is,
your time.
How do we know? How would we know? Those looking on the outside, how would we
Those
know?
who look on the outside will always make assumptions. It's just part of life. You know what you've done. You know that you remained
No,
true
but-
to your core and
Yeah, but-
did everything that you needed to do.
That's true, Kina, but we're talking about the politicians, the people who are in public office.
That's
right?
a different case, because
But that's
they
what we're
suppo-
talking
they
about.
should be,
Oh. Politicians, not everybody.
Well, we didn't get to everybody yet.
Oh, so you didn't? Oh, you were being specific.
Yes.
Can a
in the case of the
politician-
politicians, shouldn't they let us know what they came into office with? Isn't that what's being done?
That's what the idea of the whole idea of the integrity commission.
Right,
right.
Yeah, you came in with that,
and
then-
you leave with maybe just a little bit more, maybe because of the salary that you're making. So if you were making, let's just say, $5,000, and now you're making $10,000, I'm assuming that you'd be saving some, but not having many buildings. I don't know.
Andre. Okay. Now that puts a whole new spin on things. You were strictly talking about the politician.
for now, because remember I used Andrew Holness as an example.
But some of them do take loans, though. That's another thing too. So if there's proof, there's evidence of them, going and getting a loan and building and so on, that whatever. But if you just one day I said, God, I want a building maybe in Casabah or maybe in Soufre, and somebody just says, you know what, Kina, here's that hair. I'm gonna give you $50,000. Hey, God sent it. Oh,
Tony, how Kina reach Casabah?
I said Soufre. I said Soufre. It just came out. Oh, don't go there. I just said Casabah and I said Soufre. Whatever. But I'm saying there are ways that, they could know, if you came in with that amount and then you have something more, then.
Let me ask you
obviously.
something. Do you think it's understandable that a politician would get some grease hand and them kind of thing? You think let me ask you,
Understandable?
would you be willing to understand that?
Only laugh, I can laugh,
Listen,
Andre. Because
if anything we did, let's look at the common man or woman in St. Lucia. We have greasy palms or whatever. You know what will happen? We go in the calaboose, right?
If you're caught,
If you're caught.
by
You
the
know?
Integrity Commission.
because remember, there's something called no paper trail. Don't forget. So let me ask you, would you all forgive or understand if a politician, remember there's no paper trail, somebody comes to maybe a minister and says, I want to open up a building, I want to open something, okay? But I want you to give me some favors, right? I want you to do this and that and the other for me. And if you do, you can get that. You can get that, right? I'll grease the palms. So I'm asking, based on our politicians' salaries that we make here, would you understand if they were to go down that road?
You
no,
know,
you're making money more than me, so why you want to get more money again? I don't
No,
understand.
but they have to give the constituents half of that.
They have to?
Yeah, I mean, when the person comes and says, I don't have gas. If you have about 20, 30 people can tell you they don't have gas, they don't have money to buy books for the children. I can imagine what
I know
politicians
sometimes that
are going
happens. So many people coming to you. They want books. They have medications to
Boy.
buy. There's so many
Scores
things
of people.
There's so
Scores.
many, yeah. But
Scores.
still, holistically, we have to.
You're laughing.
I tell you, that's a question. It's like, what? Andrew, no answer is an answer.
As it relates to forgiveness, that's up to God.
Not the forgiveness. Understand.
Mhm.
Understand.
Should we
I
hold,
ain't gonna
should we
understand
hold that against them, considering what they have to go through? Okay.
I don't know how to answer that. I'll be
What?
honest with you.
All right. Just wondering.
I think we already know what the answer is.
just wondering.
Andre?
You know what I'm saying?
Let's not even go there.
So you think that an ordinary person can work hard, and can be honest and to get
Perhaps.
their wealth.
And
Yeah,
some
perhaps,
politicians
yeah.
as well, they do work hard and they get their wealth. Some do.
No, I moved from politicians
Oh,
already.
okay. Well, an ordinary person,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Tony, you think that's possible?
Yeah, perhaps.
Why are you still thinking?
Yeah, because Andre puts a few little things in there, stating that you have people. No, I think it was people that you step on to get where
Yeah.
you are, right?
Yeah,
You step
Andre
on to
did.
get, and that is kind of a dishonesty as well.
Yeah, that's dishonesty.
You
for me.
understand?
Yeah, it is.
So I'm not sure you can be completely honest and acquire wealth. That's why I'm so broke.
I wasn't ready. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, please. You can. I strongly believe that you can. You can, yeah.
I wonder. I wish I could meet somebody who can say, in all sincerity, that they gathered their wealth through legitimate means. They didn't
There are
try.
many people in
They
our
didn't try
society
anything.
that
They didn't
gather
try
their
anything.
wealth
You think so?
legitimately. Yeah.
You think so?
It's hard for me not to believe
boy,
that,
boy.
because of what God says and the Bible says. Yeah, man.
all things
yeah,
like
people work hard.
you asked me to do a job. Talk about dishonesty. You asked me to do a job, and I'm like, okay, Keena, that job will cost you I was going to say 20,000. Let's leave it $20,000. That's what I want you to pay me for doing the job. The damn thing worth half of that. And you decide because of your ignorance, okay,
Exactly.
I'll pay you 20,000.
Yeah. That happens.
That happens all the time.
That happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you think you put that past a businessman? You put it past a businessman who wouldn't take advantage? They know. Sometimes they know what the law says. They know.
And they take advantage.
And because you're ignorant, they wouldn't inform you, right? Or even try to protect you. Let me tell you. This I'm not saying everybody's like that, but we live in a very corrupt world.
Yeah,
Very
we do
much
live
so.
in a very
A corrupt
I have to-
world.
I have to
And
agree.
Andre and Keena,
Almost every sector of society.
two things taught me that, and I was not aware of that. I mean, I'm ignorant. You know what I mean? I'm ignorant meaning I just did not know a lot of things.
There's certain things we just
So,
don't know.
so let me give you the two things. In putting this business together, one, you realize, my goodness, you're dealing with a lot of dishonest people. Two, man, I hang out with some guys who taught me a lot of things. I swear to you, I say things to them that are true, and the fellows tell me that ain't true. Straight to my face, Tony, you lie. I'm like, bro, you know me so well. You think I would lie about this? They say, yeah. Either you lie or you exaggerate, because that's what people do.
Exactly.
And I'm like, so I learned that, like I say, hanging out with my friends. That's what people do. You exaggerate, you lie, or the other part, Andrew, which I love it so much, half truths.
Yes,
You
that,
tell
that,
it
that,
half,
that,
half,
yeah.
half of, you know what I mean? I don't know these things. That's why I've been the way I have been. And Andrew, you know it as my brother. I say some really I have said some really horrible things to people because I felt I was telling the truth from my heart. It's different now. I'm growing now. Like I say, the people I'm hanging out with, I'm growing now and realize you have to be diplomatic in what you say.
In what you say,
Exactly. I didn't know that. Andre, am I lying or that's the truth?
a truth, 100%.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now let me give you a little story, and I'm sure Tony will remember that. A few months ago, we did some work. We at Rev-Up. We did some work for a particular organization, and they had given us a check. Okay, Tony, you know what I'm going to talk about already?
You going
you'll
that
know.
way?
Yeah, you'll know. And that same organization gave us another check for a lot of money. Right, Tony?
A lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And when we saw it, when we saw the thing, wow. I see you there. You know what we did with that thing. What did
Yeah,
we
because
do?
I'm wondering, I hope
what
you're
did we
taking the
do?
right
Wait
road.
till he tells you.
Yeah. And we had the check there. We saw the thing and we said, wow, that's a pretty looking check, and especially when things are rough with you.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And guess what? We decided to take it back.
That's right.
Yeah. I
That's
remember
an
I said,
honorable thing to do.
I said to Tony, don't worry, exactly what you see. Let me say something that you would say. God will take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some way, somehow, God will make
Yeah.
up. God will make up for that.
Yeah.
But it was a good-looking check, I can tell you that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And that's the truth. That is gospel truth. Emanuela can bear us out on that. She was
Mhm.
probably the only other person who
that
saw
was
it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the honorable thing to do, and we don't, because sometimes life throws us some
True.
tests,
Yeah.
and and that's one of your tests. You start your business, okay, that check looks pretty cool, happy. What are you gonna do with it? Because if you were not honest, then there's a way that God is gonna come back and test you again, and test that business again, and will you be able to sustain yourself going forward? So that was the honorable thing to do, especially for a new business.
Yeah. Well, it did hurt.
You know what I'm saying?
It did hurt. It did hurt.
You know, in all honesty, of course it did hurt.
Wow.
You seen
Wow.
your name on the thing already
Yeah,
and everything, you know what I mean? And that's their mistake. And the thoughts would run through your head, where they probably would never check that, So why
They
would I
would,
give them
if
that?
they
you know?
would. Going back to their books, maybe an accountant, someone would realize that, hey, okay, we got an invoice for that, and we paid that amount and that amount. They would at some point in time. A lot of times we figure we could just get away with it, but now someone above always checks the books and the records and stuff.
Tell me that ever happened to you all. One time the bank put some money on my account.
It happened to me already.
It happened to you?
Me too.
It was
Yeah.
a lot too.
Yeah.
Yes. And I actually called. I called. I said, hey, listen, you guys put some money in my account that is not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Person said to me, Andre, don't worry, right? They will do what they have to do. Okay? They will do what they have to do. And of course, eventually they did.
Exactly.
But it was there. And at least I called to find out what's going on.
The
Yes.
time it happened to me, it was 10 grand.
A whole 10,000. Wait.
Now, let me ask you. Let's just assume
I was like, what?
6 months had gone by, 10,000 still there. A year had gone by, 10,000 still there. Let's just assume you did call the bank and say, hey, there's some money on my account that I know nothing about that. So 2 years gone by, that 10,000 still there. Oh, you
Let me give
know.
you a joke quickly while you think about your response, right? Andre, while you were saying it, this came to mind. I would personally say, for those of you who love football and know what I'm about to say, I would say, Andre, the hand of God. Y'all laughing, y'all don't even understand what I'm saying.
Of course I understand.
Huh?
Of course I understand.
With the football part. The
Oh,
football part.
you're
That's what
talking about, what's his name again, that great footballer?
You know about that?
Yes, I know about that.
Maradona.
Maradona. Yeah.
Back then, there were not replays and, you know what I mean, all that stuff. Well, not replays were there, but you know what I mean? And Keena, well, since Andrea know, Keena, Maradona jumped up. It was against England. He jumped up to head the ball, man. And he missed his head. He just hit it with his hand. Goal.
Oh, wow.
So that's why he said it was that.
The
When they asked him
hand
what
of
is the
God.
hand of God, man.
and Maradona knew what he did.
Exactly.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he did. But he got away with it.
I'm so
Well,
glad you
in
know
quotes.
it. You know
In
it,
quotes.
You know, you've heard of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, Kino, you had some time to think about it. 2 years.
I
2 years to sit
I
there.
wouldn't, because when it happened to me, I actually stopped using that bank account completely. I just stopped. I called the bank. and
Tell what I
informed
ask
them.
you, Kino.
I don't
You
know.
make a good lawyer, you know. You make a good lawyer.
To this day, I never use that account again, you know.
Kino, finish that.
But I answer you already. Like, I just stopped using that account altogether.
So what would you do?
I informed the bank and I
Okay.
let them know, and I never looked at that again after that, and I just stopped completely because I'm like, okay, it happened once. What if it happens again and I'm not aware? I'm not paying attention, and I use the money, and I just kind of like, nah. That's what happened to me. I just because I had another
So-
account, so I continued using that one.
So, Tony, in your case, was it a pretty sum?
A decent amount. I do remember how much, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, but of course, when I realized that, I'm like, wait a second. okay, I
How
don't
do they
remember having that
make those mistakes? I
Yeah,
don't know what
you know.
I
causes
wonder
that.
what causes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Sometimes they
honestly don't know.
overcharge you sometimes for certain things,
Right,
or money's go
right.
missing. Even that too. You because even just recently I had this incident where I had to contact the bank because I realized some money's on my account is missing, and they're like, okay, we're gonna investigate it.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, but I didn't use it, so where did it go? You know, I didn't, buy anything online or whatever. It happens to all of us.
Honestly, human error.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
A human error or human volley.
I was not ready. Human wallet. Boy.
All right. So, talking about the different types of corruption, let me talk about another corrupt thing that happens. Before I talk about that, I read a story this morning, and I couldn't understand why they wouldn't name those countries that ratified, those CARICOM countries who recently ratified the Inter-American Convention on the Protection of the Rights of Older Persons. They said 3 CARICOM countries have ratified it, but they didn't mention the CARICOM countries, the 3. I was curious to know which ones. So they mentioned the other countries who already signed up, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Mexico, Peru, and Uruguay. So they already ratified
That's
it.
it?
Meaning we will honor right our obligations under this treaty that we're supposed to be treating older people well, with respect and love and care, etc., etc. So they said that 3 CARICOM countries signed or ratified it, but they didn't
say
put
which-
those countries.
which
three? They didn't
I
say?
don't understand that. Whoever wrote that piece didn't do a good job. Anyway.
We'll have to do some more research to find out which other countries.
So it's all about preventing violence against older persons,
Right.
especially at the care facilities. All right. They said that there's some study that came out, and they say it's publicly available, where they reported serious situations of violence and insecurity affecting the lives and integrity of older people residing in care facilities. So they tell you a number of things that they did. They found out, for example, physical abuse, verbal abuse, psychological abuse by staff at the care centers, right? Poor medication provision to residents, and unsanitary conditions and lack of cleaning supplies. Okay? This is public information that's available. That's what's happening. So I was talking about the whole corruption thing.
Right.
That's a form of corruption. To tell me you're working at a care facility for older people, and this is what's going on?
It is a form of corruption.
Yeah,
People are paying as well.
exactly.
A lot of money.
A lot of money
so that
in
you
some
could take
cases.
care of their parents, and that's what's happening. That's just inhumane. Very. And I'm happy that Caribbean countries have come up. They're stepping up to and ratifying the international American Convention on Rights of Older Persons.
And I think maybe some countries are afraid to ratify, because once you do that, that means you have an obligation
Right.
to
Yeah.
check up
Yeah.
and see how things are going. So it's found out that now you're not keeping to your part of the bargain. They start blacklisting you.
Yes,
So probably
that's
fellas just figure, you see
something
me?
as well that
Let
can
me just keep
happen.
this at Misei.
Yeah.
I wonder how we're doing here in our care facilities. I wonder how we're doing
We
in
haven't
St.
heard
Lucia.
any stories that has raised any
That's
eyebrows in
true.
St. Lucia,
That is
which
true.
which
I haven't
is
heard.
great,
I haven't
you know.
heard anything.
You don't really hear that.
Perhaps in our country, that's what I could say for now. In our country, the people who accept these jobs, they just simply love. Andrea, there are people, Andrea and Keena, there are people who just love the elderly, you know. They love to care for them and so on.
And they respect them too.
Right, respect.
Right.
I was going to use the word, they understand. Aging, you know, when a person is aging, one day you're good, or another day you just, you know, you may come to touch the person and try to clean them or something, and they'll, don't touch me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they understand
It
these
happens,
things.
you know. It happens, especially if they're ill and they're suffering with dementia. Oh
Right.
my word.
Right.
That's something else, because sometimes you just don't remember, and it could be really tough for families or anyone dealing with that. But it's handling them with care and understanding, like Tony said, that's very important.
Yes, because they would lash out. They would actually hit you if you come close to them. They would hit you.
Yes, that's
You
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
Just going to finish off by saying, and you would have to again understand that is the nature of the beast. It's just the way it is with the elderly.
Bruce Willis, he has a form of dementia.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think his wife actually said that she wanted to take care of him. And I think so far, she's been the one, his primary caregiver / taker.
That's right.
Yeah. So, boy, you know that's real love there.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's
Most
right.
definitely.
That is
And
real love, man.
the woman young, yeah?
Yeah, young chick. Sorry, I shouldn't say it like that. Shouldn't say it like that.
Young lady.
A young lady. Yeah, I think she was a model. I think she's a model.
All of
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And see, I think Celine Dion was another one.
Uh-huh.
She
With her husband?
took
With
care
her
of the
husband,
husband.
yeah.
Yeah, right. She said she actually stopped performing.
Well, for better or for worse.
That's no, well,
Yeah, some
that's
people
true.
really
But that's real,
actually,
real
yeah.
love there at that point when the person is in. That's as you said a while ago. You were saying, person getting on, upset with you, throwing this away, having temper tantrums, whatever that they're going through because they're not aware of what's going on, and they also, I guess, maybe frustrated in a sense
Frustrated,
in their
yeah.
own little
That-
world, their own world.
That they're
Right.
going
Probably
through that, having to
frustrated.
deal with that. Some people just don't like people taking care of them.
No,
I mean, looking
out of
back at
pride.
how they were before, you know, I was capable, I was doing all that. Now someone is taking, and to accept that now that they're in that position is very difficult for them too. Some of them do come around, but the initial phases is very, very difficult. And to have people to, care for them when they're like that is the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
Because not everyone can handle it. There are some individuals that do it, and their mental health suffers as a result of taking care of someone, whether it be they're a caregiver, that's their mom, or whether they're working at a facility and they're taking care of someone. It does weigh down on you mentally and emotionally. It's a lot. So for people to continue doing that and loving that job and doing it with such passion and patience, hats off to you.
Yeah. Once upon a time, it was believed that you have an obligation to take care of your aging parents, that you had an obligation to take care of them. Now, I think that is changing. The fact that we have these care facilities and so on, and a lot of people are using those care facilities. So, do you think we're still kind of judgmental when it comes to that sort of thing? That we still feel that, you should be doing that, not a care facility.
Let me just, because you have had a lot of programs, not here, I don't think we have ever done it here at Radio 100 where you were before, asking that big question. So a lot of people have chimed in and given their opinions and so on the situation. And I think a lot of people learned a lot because, like I said, it was not just one program that Andre did. A few, you know what I mean? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? And we got a lot coming out of those programs. And perhaps now people understand it a little better. I'm just saying perhaps.
Maybe.
But let me answer the question. What was the question again, just quickly?
Yeah, do you think people's attitude has changed over the years, where now they understand that in some situations it's best to keep or put your parents at a care facility?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some of the things that has to be done for that parent, you might not be
Right.
able to do it.
Right.
Especially when it comes to medications, and that person is, taking medication, and it's a lot of them.
And the time and
the
everything that
time
you
and
have to-
everything, the feedings and so on, the change. Plus, if you have children as well, it's very difficult. So if you have to, if you put your parent at a care facility, I don't see anything wrong with it.
What if they specifically say to you, do not put me there?
Yeah.
What did they say that to
If
you?
they say do not put me there, then I'll have to find someone to take care of you at home.
Like
Because
pay
you
the person
still
and so
have
on.
to, go out there and work and pay the bills. And that money that you make is to, help with your mom or dad's I'm looking for the word,
But-
and it just went blank.
But the thing is, what if you genuinely can't afford it? You can't
If you
afford
can't, I think
to give
that
them the kind of care that they need.
There's something put in place, It's not the STEP program where people, the government has individuals going to homes and taking care of people that
Well, Well, that's
Yeah,
not
it's
it's
a
not
program,
full time. It's not a
right.
full time program to have the person there around the clock. Because Tony, in our case with Mama, right? Remember we had a helper there. She was there 24/7.
That's
She
right.
slept at our
right.
house.
Right, yes.
So she was there. I was there. Tony. I mean, everybody was there, making our little contribution.
That's
I
right.
brought this up because I know in the case of my grandmother, she specifically said to me, "Do not put me in a care home." She actually said that to me.
That's right.
Now, my response to her was, "Mama, that didn't even cross my mind. That never even, that just didn't enter my thoughts to put you in a care facility. It just never entered my thoughts."
That's right.
Right? To me, that's me. I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing she's there somewhere, and because once you see they're not home, you have a ton of excuses not to go see them.
It's true.
Not that you want it like that. It's just that sometimes say, okay, this Sunday I'll go and see her. Right?
Something comes up
You know,
and
you're tired, man. You're really,
Yeah,
really tired
okay.
for true. And to get up and go to the facility and to stay there and this sort of thing, especially stay there for hours. Oh my gosh, boy,
But
what?
the first point you made about if you're not there with them, it's difficult to go see them. I have had that situation quite a bit since we're talking about the elderly and our grandmother and so on. Now you'll understand why I was hardly around. Once I didn't live there, I hardly saw her.
That's,
Again,
that's the point I'm making.
that's
exactly.
right.
Anthony lived just a stone's throw away.
That's right.
right.
So the way I would make up for it is when I go there, I'd spend hours.
It's with her.
And I remember, I don't think you ever asked me that, but I think Dawn asked me that. How do you do that? You're just there with her for hours.
You make up for the time.
I make up for the times. And
Right.
she was still very lucid, Andre.
Mhm.
So she would talk to me about her entire life, our lives, the works.
Same stories.
Same stories. I
Yeah,
just,
they do get to that point,
Over,
right?
over and over and over
I
again.
just
Yeah.
listened to them.
Yeah.
And Tony, now you see where I got it from.
And you're not alone.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Someone who's listening probably saying, hey, don't say that.
Yeah, she just said the same stories over and over and over again. I'm gonna have to listen to that again. Yeah.
Yeah, when they get to that point, that's what happens. That's what they remember.
But
Especially if they have dementia or this other condition, they go back to times where they do remember because they recollect, and that's all they would be, discussing.
but the thing is, in our case, we were able to combine our resources and so on, right? There are some people who just cannot
They can't
do
yeah,
that.
They can't.
And then they genuinely want to be well, and sometimes they do stay there with the parent, but it's not the
But I
best.
think if you have more, I think it's even more difficult if you're the only child, and you don't have relatives around. Because in my father's case, my father lived in Trinidad. And when he got to that point, I had to make the decision to put him in a home, but he died before, and we had to go for. I had a list of care homes that I wanted to put him in. So I had a list of 20, and we were, trying to decide which is the best, making the calls back and forth, in communication with them. It was a tough decision to make because I'm not living there. My siblings are not living in Trinidad. We're all over, and I remember saying, God, you lead, you make the decision. And when I last spoke with my father, and I told him he was excited because he was in the hospital, so he was looking forward to being moved to the care home, and then he died just maybe a day before. I figured, you know what, maybe just the thought of it weighed heavily on him, and he died at the hospital. So yeah, sometimes you're in a situation where you have to make the decision because you are not there, and you have to make the decision, but you could think it. And for individuals that may not have the finances to do that, that would weigh really, really heavy on them,
And I wonder now, finally, before we have the shout-outs, I wonder how or what happens a scenario where you have a female or male who has never had any children.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. Yeah, and they don't have family members around.
yes.
Oh.
That's-
I think sometimes people around the neighborhood comes and checks on them and so on. Especially, that usually happens then too. Especially if they have, good neighbors, really, really good neighbors, then the neighbors would, check in periodically. They come together and check in. I've heard of situations where that has happened right here in St. Lucia. Yeah.
There's a patois phrase, Imo epi chagouin.
I think so, Tony. Yeah. Yeah. It's
It's tough.
yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, for
And
those
the
people.
dog can't help you in that case if you have a dog and you're
Snow.
alone.
Snow.
Yeah, Snow, can you go and get that for me? Snow is like, what? I wish I could, Mommy, but I can't.
Yeah, boy.
And it sounds like we don't really think about it, but really and truly you should, because if you might have all your family members around, but when there's some things we just do not really think about. But what if your brother dies before your mother dies, whatever, and you have no children, you're an animal lover, and all you have is just the only thing that you could do is hope that your pension money is enough
Forget about that
to be
one.
able to pay for caregiving services. Maybe that can help.
So let me ask you, just finally, Tony and Kina, how would you like your old age to be? say your children have moved on already, they live overseas and this sort of thing, and you basically, maybe your wife has died, sort of thing, would you be all right with, staying at the Marion home, for example? Would
I
you-
suppose. Yeah, I suppose. Nobody around me, or country, your wife die and all kind of thing already. I suppose.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, because again, I don't know how I'll be old, if I live to be old.
Mhm.
If I'll be troublesome and, don't want anybody around me, and, you know what I mean? That kind of way. I do not know that.
Yeah.
But yes, Marianne home, wherever, home. There we go.
I'll be okay with it.
You?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
You too?
I'll be okay with it.
I know your answer, but I'd love to hear it anyway.
I'll be okay with it.
I'm where. Unless, of course, there's some nice chicks there.
I think I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Oh,
Because
yeah.
there are other people around you as well, the other people maybe around your age younger, you could talk
Yeah.
or whatever. If you're not like really the troublesome type, you should be pretty good.
All right. Okay, folks, let's get
Yeah.
into the shout-outs, man. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, folks, this is Hard Drive.
You want to go first, Tones?
I can. Oh,
Go ahead.
thank you very much. All right, because the Facebook is always so long,
Yes.
All right, let's roll. Sharon Peter checking in first as always. This is her favorite day, hump day, I think.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sharon, good morning to you.
Yes, don't forget the beautiful Sharon.
Yes, yes.
Bonjour.
All right, John McCurdy checked in and he says, GM, good morning. Thank you, John McCurdy.
Good
Also
morning.
checking in, Pius Snappy Yaman says good morning as well. Dakota McGuire Cleveland Seeley also says good morning and sending out emojis of kisses, etc., etc. And of course, along comes, let me see, Pearl Food Baby Henry says good morning and happy Wednesday to the Rev-Up St. Lucia family and all in the chat room. Blessings to each one of you. Thank you, Pearl Food Baby. John McCurdy came back and says blessed morning to the Rev-Up Dream Team. I like that. And he says the audience listening as well. Thank you so much, John McCurdy. Lucita Jean-Pierre, who was missing in action yesterday, she was MIA. She says, good morning, Andre, Jerome Paul, and beautiful Kina. Midweek blessings. Jerome, did you miss me yesterday? Of course I missed you. That's how I was like, wait a second, Lucita, what's up? What happened yesterday? So we did miss you very, very much. Floral Studios Limited, I like that. Good morning, Rev Up St. Lucia from Floral Studios. Thank you. We appreciate it very, very much. Lucita came back and says, good morning to everyone listening on live and Radio Garden. Share the link. Clara Sammy, good morning, Clara. I'm sure you had a very, very good night's rest. Of course, Andre and Kina, they kept showing Darren Sammy the whole time because he's the coach of the team, the man.
She
You know
was
what I mean?
just smiling every time she sees his son.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
on television.
Maybe she was at the ground. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe she was there.
Remember
So-
just yesterday we spoke about her.
Only yesterday we
yesterday,
mentioned your
yeah,
name,
we did.
Clara. So good. Congratulations to you and your boy. Hopefully they'll continue along their winning ways. And hopefully tomorrow evening the match can go till the end and we can win it. Because I know there's some rain in the forecast. Earlier this morning it was raining. And I look at it, I'm like, wait a second, where did that come from? But of course there's a system and it's still the hurricane season. Keep that in mind. All right, so moving right along, Barbara Xavier says, good morning to all of you. Have a lovely day. Blessed love. Thank you very much for that. Deborah Norbel. Now, Deborah, I don't remember that name, so you must be new. Thank you very much. Just in case, you are new, we welcome you to the Rev Up family. She says, good morning, Rev Up, and good morning, Floral Studios. Thank you, Deborah. Sharon Peter says, bought my Powerball tickets last night. Good luck to me.
Oh, good
yes.
luck, Sharon.
And Tony, if Sharon wins, she'll check for us, right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, boy.
All right. Catherine McPhee checked in and says, good morning, Andre, Tony, and Kina. Blessings
morning,
always. Followed by Josie Stephen. No, Josie Louis. Yeah, Josie Louis. Louis. Right. So Josie says, a very pleasant good morning, Andre, Tony, and Kina. Wishing you a very blessed, productive, and safe day. Thank
Hi,
you.
Josie.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
that. Alexandrine Lisa Duval says, good morning, Rev-Up family, Paul brothers, and Kina.
Good morning, Alexandrine.
Catherine McPhee came back and says, Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands are included, just as you were
Yes,
saying.
this is Andre said.
Right. Pearl Food Baby sent Akeem Ogis.
Thank you, Pearl.
Thank you, Pearl. Andy Cyril also says Akeem Ogis.
Thank you, Andy.
Yes, of course, Clara came back.
Cricket, lovely cricket.
When you win, Andrew, the greatest thing is to win, you know what I mean?
Oh, you know.
What? When you win, I win. And man, they were proud. They were proud of the young boy, like I said, you know. Akeem. Oh, St. Lucia he made us so proud last night, man. Let me just say this quickly, because I know we have to run through this, all right? The game before that, they put the man to bat at number you notice I'm stressing on it. Number 7, eh?
Akeem?
Yeah. The man is a class batsman. The man that bats early. You put the man to bat at number 7. You understand? Last night, a wicket fell early. They put him, I think it was, it was Johnson Charles, the other St. Lucian. All right, fell early. And they put in Akeem. I'm like, great. Let me see what this kid had. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I've seen him before. I've heard how he has done so well. And pray tell, did he ever deliver last night?
He has everything in him to, you know.
Exactly. We were hoping that he scored 100.
Are we watching another Brian Lara in the making? Another Darren Sammy in the making?
Somebody said last night, one of the commentators, Brian Lara, look out. that is so complimentary, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Andy Cyril says, the other guy, Romero Shepherd. Thank you very much.
St. Lucian?
No. Mitt. I can't remember. Romero Shepherd. I'm not sure. Oh, from Guyana, Warriors scored also 73 as well.
Andy, for chiming in.
Yes. He was hitting the ball all over the place. Let me tell you, they'd give us blows. He caused them to score 200 and some runs.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just couldn't get him, and he was hitting that ball all over the place. As a matter of fact, again, I want to say this quickly. He threw another St. Lucian, the bowler, young bowler, who has been taking wickets in the last few matches and so on. He threw mate offline so badly that the boy in 1 over bowled something like 6 or 7 wides. 6 or 7 wides. Okay, you want to what is that? Okay. Maybe another time I'll explain.
Looking at each other like, huh?
Yes. Oh, and also Romario Shepherd, that same guy, he had a son in the audience who celebrated his birthday. So let's just say he gave the son a birthday gift.
Wow.
And they kept showing the son and everything, being happy, his father hitting the ball all over the place, you know?
Good.
Yeah, it was a wonderful match. The turnout, St. Lucians, you turned out nicely on a Tuesday. So oh, gosh.
So we're just talking about birthdays. Our good friend Julieta, she just messaged saying that her birthday was on the 17th of August. But she said she was actually out of the US at that time. So belated birthday greetings, Julieta.
Right. Andrew, like I tell you, a whole bunch of people we know, I realize that in August.
Is true.
Yeah, that's true. You know? All right. So Peacemaker says, good morning, Rev-Up family, and good morning to the Rev-Up soldiers. Wow. God's blessings, grace, and mercy to all of you. Just stopping by and say hello. And
hello.
I'm busy working, but taking the time to holler.
Thank you.
You, my loving people. Thank you, Peacemaker.
Thank you,
Really appreciate it. Your friend, here you go, Nancy Graceland. Remember, I think she was...
Nancy. Right.
Yes.
My love, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. Kina laughed because Kina can see it. Kina says, good morning, my favorite people. Kina, I hope you threw away those caps. You look beautiful.
Nancy, no, it's still home. Eh? You might have to come get them and throw them away yourself. So it's going to stay right there.
Okay, Clara Simon hit me with one here because I said we were on 4 points. Maybe the win last night took us to 6 points.
Oh,
so
what does that
just
mean?
Perhaps. What does that mean? The point standing. So if we on 6 points, when I check we must be in second place then. Because I noticed it was 4 points. I checked it. Maybe they didn't include the 2 points last night as yet. But anyway, Clara, you definitely know better than I do. All right. Lucita Jean-Pierre says, my loving Rev-Up sister, how are you and family doing, honey? Stay blessed and be safe.
That's for Kina, right?
I doubt. Maybe it's like one of her friends.
Someone else.
Right. One of her friends. Claude Paul. The Paul spells Paul. Maybe just having fun with the last name. Okay? Who does not leave paychecks to... Who does not live by paycheck to paycheck? In Maryland, it's so hard for my friends and neighbors.
In Maryland?
In Maryland. That's right. That Paul person always checks in on Facebook, including the afternoon program with Mary Polius.
Oh, okay.
Now, you know...
That's the first time I heard it.
Imagine that. I think so. Yeah. Because I noticed he checks in with the afternoon program, and I'm like, really? That's great.
Great,
So,
great.
Paul, we welcome
Keep
you.
chiming in. Welcome.
But you know the amazing thing about the paycheck to paycheck thing. You know they have people who were making good salaries and still living paycheck
Because
to
of their
paycheck.
expenses and what they do. Yeah,
That's
it
right.
happens as well. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, Peacemaker says, "Oh yeah, Keena, good point. There's a job. Show me. Okay, show me now. How do I take that out, Keena? I'm
Zoom
assuming-
out. You may be zoomed in. You're
press it.
commenting.
Huh?
I think you're commenting. Oh,
There's something that's blocking. All right, let me see. You said.
zoom out first.
Can you take the microphone and put it in her direction? Can you believe this? So now Kina has two microphones.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Kina take the microphone for herself.
No, I'm trying to.
Yeah, boy. All right. So let me see. Where was I? Okay, but nah, I think it's lower than that. Higher. Let's do it up.
That's 7. It was higher.
It was higher, right?
Right. So you go up again. Up again.
Up again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Let's see. Yes. Yeah. We went back so far.
Go up.
That's the thing. But that. Peacemaker Andrea. Okay, Lucita, and then better. Well, all right. Peacemaker, please. What, Paul, we went. Oh, we probably went down to the last one.
Yeah, I went down because we had to zoom out and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So
You need to go back to Claude.
to
there
Claude
it
Paul.
is.
There it is. All right. So there's a base and a projector required sail base.
Right.
Even
That's what it was. How many?
yeah.
We started Claude Paul, 6 points Clara Sammy, and then there, Peacemaker.
All
there,
right.
Right here.
Right. Oh yeah. Good point. There's a job. So show me the money. All right. Then we go to Delia Crone. Chrone. Crone. Delia Crone.
Hi,
Kings.
Delia.
Kings on 6 points now. All right. I guess you're great. Thank you very, very much for that. Claude says you can not work on a commission only. You must have a base.
Well, some companies here don't do that.
Exactly, between here and people do it. Claude Paul says there is a base and a projected required sales base. Peacemaker says that's why some women end up having children for different fathers. 3 kids and all 3 are different man. I guess she meant man. Can't afford to provide for themselves. They go for bread and come back with biscuits. Elsa Hippolyte says, greetings to my Paul brothers, Keena, and all in the chat room. Have a
Good morning,
fantastic
sweetie.
day. Thank you so much as well. Peacemaker says, yes, Andrea, especially about what? Okay, yes, Andrea, especially, All right, about what? We're not.
Oh, I know what it
sure.
is, so we could just carry on.
Right. Clara Sammy says, to have children for 2 or 3 different fathers is a choice, not anyone's fault. Peacemaker says, Andre, I say it like I see it and like it is. Thanks, Andre. Christine Shallery says, blessed Wednesday to you all. Hi to Shasha in St. Croix. Hi, Shasha. Peacemaker says, politicians are all the same. They all connected like CEO. This is my opinion, my brother. I guess you're talking about, the handouts and, what I mean?
Right,
that
right,
kind of
yes,
thing.
yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, that's what they were talking about. Sophia Chandler says, GM, good morning to all. Kisses.
Good
all
morning.
of you.
Kisses right back. Mwah.
Claude Paul, Peacemaker, please present yourself for basic. Stop. Don't be criticizing like that, man.
We don't do that on that platform.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we
doing
don't.
better day by day, my darling. Thanks for asking. All right. Andre, I will not understand why, because the people put them in there to represent, then they work for them and the country and citizens. And guess what? They represent themselves, period. When these politicians are out of the trap, they have many words. And as soon as they get in power, they change dramatically. Another person, Nancy Graceland, Tony is not being diplomatic. It's called growing up and being emotionally intelligent.
Oh.
Thank you, Graceland. That's so nice for you to say.
Yeah.
Mario, I've been saying Leandre. He corrected me yesterday. So Mario, Leandre, good morning, guys and lady. Have a great day.
Thank you. Good morning.
Joan Challery says this. Good morning, Andre and Tony and Keena and the chat room family. Josie Louis says, that's great taking back the check, Andre. Yeah, I'd have done the same, Josie Louis.
Good for you.
All right. Nancy Graceland, Andre, Keena, would be a great politician, not a lawyer.
Nancy.
All right. Peacemaker says, Keena, sometimes it's a test to see how you monitoring your account, honey. Always an inside job. They know.
You know something we don't?
Ukakumana. Joan Challery, loving your Wednesday looks, my Keena.
Oh, thank you, Joan.
All right. Rev up. When opening a bank account, there is a fine print that states if money is deposited in your account in error, it is not yours. It's the property of the bank. Okay. Claude Paul came back and says children need to take care of their parents till the last minute. Lucita says, as someone working in a nursing home, there you go. All right, Lucita. Let me read this. My advice to anyone, if you can take care of your elderly, take care of them at home. Stay away from the nursing since COVID-19. Not everyone have the love of the work or have the love for the work. They're more concerned about the pay. Always. Now that's true sometimes. Love what you do with a passion. Epi, that's it. All right, Lucita, amen. Keena, God did pour out his blessings upon you, and God take care of you because God did know your situations, honey. That's why that's why God always make anywhere, God always make a way where there seems to be no way.
That's right.
Peacemaker says, Tony, I will be proud and happy to take care of you, honey. Sweet.
God.
Josie and Alexander Larcher, our girlfriend Andre, our next door neighbor, says,
Hey, Josie.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Rev-Up family.
Josie.
Wested Wet, apwe mwe late. I miss everything.
You
But-
could go back and watch it.
Right. Wested
Yeah.
Red says, but good day to you, brothers, Tony and Andre. I give respect where respect is due. Not sure who is older. Also, good blessed morning to Keena Snack, my dear friend from Sulphur City.
Morning, Westy. Kisses. Give your wife a hug for me as well. Mwah.
Kiki, give Mommy Shirley my love.
Oh, I will.
Arthur Charles says this. Good morning, folks. Today is the birthday of the following persons. Mr. Glenn Simon of the GIS.
Hey, Glenn,
happy
good
birthday,
morning, partner.
Glenn.
Happy birthday to you, Mr. Glenn Simon. Nice guy. Nice guy.
Yeah,
Yes, it's true.
it is true.
All right. Also, Vincentia Mabrut Helador, Catherine Fowell, Louis Fernand. All right, Catherine, happy
Vincentia,
birthday. I don't know if
happy
Catherine
birthday,
listens. I see
as well.
Catherine from
Happy
time to
birthday
time.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Vincentia, happy birthday to you, man. I hope you're listening. All right. Arthur also says, hey, that's the last one. Arthur also says it's 10 years today since tropical storm hit Dominica.
Is it?
Was it a tropical storm or a hurricane? What question a hurricane, right? Arthur?
Which storm was it again? I can't even remember.
Yeah, I think it was a hurricane. Can't remember the name as well. All right, so that gives us a decent amount of time. I'm glad I went first, man. Yeah.
Woo! Hey. Josiane was the first to chime in on the WhatsApp platform, and she says, "Good morning, Rev-Up family. Great program. Keep it up."
Thank
then
you.
Teddy Z chimed in. He says 95.9, a solid frequency. So all the best with the changeover.
Thank you, Teddy. Why you laughing?
No, it's what she almost said.
I almost said something. I can't remember what I do.
Yeah.
Teddy Z. Thanks a lot, partner.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone else says, "Good morning, Triple Threat. I wasn't aware Andre was on this new station until recently.
See?
Thought he retired and was in the wind."
See?
Aw.
Yeah. So, boy, 95.9.
Gigi says, I think Genius says, blessed morning, guys. Mwah. Tones, Andre Keena, share your lucky number for the lottery, then I will buy a ticket. Okay.
She's asking you?
All of us.
Oh.
Yeah. So you better give her your lucky number.
I don't
Numbers.
think Canadians can participate in that Powerball draw. You know,
Maybe
I don't
she's
think so.
referring
In the
to-
US?
to
Yeah, I don't
the
think so.
Canada's. Maybe.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
sure.
so. I don't think so.
Ivy, can you respond? Someone responded and they said Akim Ogis tones.
Of course, yes.
Someone else says Akim Ogis. Thank you so much for chiming in. John Quinlan says he has captured West Indies under 19. Akim Ogis. Tony, we are on 6 points.
Okay, so that's
Right.
true. Okay.
Someone else says, Andre, good morning. There is legislation on minimum wage. However, we should not be quick to praise the $1,000 job center. The USA is passing legislation to ensure these jobs stay in the United States. So these companies will be heavily taxed if the bills make it through. It's called Keep All Call Centers in America Act. Look it up. Keep All Centers, Call Centers in America Act. Look it up. So I'll do that after the program. Someone else says, good morning, Keena. What you trying there? Kazaba with laughing emoji. I was just saying, sometimes, Kazaba said, there ain't nothing. Don't read too much into it, please. Moving on. Someone says, she is pregnant. Everything I do or say upsets her. Oh, really? Okay. Who's pregnant?
You.
moving on. Not anything bad, but thanks for accepting my call. He chimed in and said so. Maybe early on.
Yeah, I think for the Lotus program.
Someone else says, Andre, haven't you gained your wealth by legal and legitimate means? It can be done.
Well, send us the secret.
You.
Me?
No.
I guess the person
So
talking
are
about
you
Rev-Up.
saying- No.
Rev-Up. The person talking about
The
the
person's talking
radio
about
station.
you. Getting your wealth between,
But what were they talking
legitimate
about?
and legal means.
What were they talking about?
Well, whatever they see, you
Oh, I looked the part.
you look the part. You act the part. Maybe that's why. Someone else says, good morning, Mr. Andre Paul. Good morning, Mr. Tony Paul. Good morning, Keena. I hope all is well with you guys. Happy to be back in the land of the living. Could not listen to you guys for 16 days. Came back last night. Was celebrating my 62nd birthday, which was, I think you read that?
Just Julieta?
Yeah.
Probably Julieta.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
All right. All right, Julieta.
welcome back. Someone says, good morning, my favorite people. That's Barbara. Good morning, Babs. Kisses. Someone else said, happy Wednesday, guys. I'm a caregiver in the United States and I refuse to care for anyone with dementia. It's very bad. It's very hard to care for them. I had a lady for 9 months and sometimes I literally cried and I asked my boss to take me off the case. Now, anytime I apply for a job, I say off the bat, I do not want any dementia patients. Please no. And she actually purchased Powerball tickets. She says, got mine too. Tony, don't worry. I'll check for you since I got to love you more than I love Andre now. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And she continued. She said, advance birthday greetings to you, Andre. Enjoy your special day on Sunday. I never forgot Andre's birthday because it's the same date with my only daughter, Charmaine.
Okay. What's the daughter's name?
Charmaine.
Charmaine.
Or that is coming from Charmaine.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. From Charmaine.
Right.
Yes. I'm not. Yeah, right.
So she has a daughter. I guess she says her only daughter was born on the 31st as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Someone else chimed in. She says, I worked at a nursing home in the United States under horror eyewitness. I would strongly discourage anyone from putting their loved one in a home.
Yeah.
You change your mind, man.
No. Put me there, man. You're mad. If as I say, I get something happened, I just start getting crazy, dementia or something earlier than you, Andre. Put me there,
That's
man.
Gigi.
Yeah, put me there.
Oh, so Gigi returns and she says, blessed morning, guys. Mwah. Tony, Andre, and Keena, share your lucky numbers for the... Okay, that's Gigi in Orlando, okay?
And,
So
and she actually
wants to
says,
say,
she refer to me as Gigi in Orlando.
Gigi, that's a mouthful. Patricia. I'll say Gigi, my love. How about that? Someone else chimed in, the last to chime in, and she says, good morning, Rev-Up family. Blessings to each and every one of you guys. Kiki, Tony, and Andre. Tony, yesterday I said breast surgery. I said I'm not sure. But it has, I said breast surgery. May you all have a beautiful day ahead. I'm on my way to the hospital for a checkup. Guys, I'm locked in anyway. sometime when your account has not been active, there are people in there that work there. They take the money and hide it on someone else's account until they're ready to pocket it. It happened to me. I took the money off the bank and went to another bank. I took all out.
Oh gosh, no, that's not
And she
true.
said, love you guys, Lorena. Gigi chimed in and, laughing emojis after it says, Gigi, my love. How about that? So that's the final person to chime in. She's still saying something now, actually. So that's Gigi.
Tony and Kina and our listeners and viewers, I know a gentleman who used to wash my vehicle, okay, and other vehicles as well. And today he's a very successful businessman.
All right, super,
Extremely so.
super, man.
Yeah, to the point he actually has his ads on our station.
Ooh, nice.
When he reminded me of who he was, I could not believe it. Yeah, I said, you that guy. Now, thank God they treated the guy well.
Yeah, I tell you.
You know, right?
Yeah.
You know what they say about treating people well.
Exactly. You never know. You just never
right.
know
You never,
where people
ever
are going to be
know.
and who, how things are going to pan out. Boy, life. Life.
Imagine
Alright.
you treat a politician before he became a politician badly, and now you want to call him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea and Kina, let me give you all a joke, because it crosses my mind a lot. There were a few kids from the area that they just happened to come around me, you know what I mean? And I started giving them, creamy icicles and $1 each, because they were pretty young. And that's the thing you kind of don't encourage, because what happened is they would just come to you anytime.
So they are.
So, people, people I spoke to about it said to me, no, don't encourage that. So I started discouraging them, and I started telling them, okay, come once a week on that particular day. I'll be waiting for you. Choose the day, Saturday or Sunday. Most of them said Sunday. I'm like, good.
But it's serious, but
Yeah, man. It was serious. So I'd give them the icicles and any other things that I have. And, of course, $1, They used to call me the Mr. Friend. I'd kind of like it the way it sounded. You know what I mean?
Mr. Friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I look at these boys now. They're grown, They're growing. And I'm like, maybe one day if I get old,
They'll check for you.
Right.
You never know.
That crossed my mind.
Right.
The Mr. Friend.
Yeah,
I do remember,
King Solomon said, cast your bread right upon the waters. Yeah, it might come back
Yeah.
Yes.
one
yes,
day.
Yes.
Yeah, cast your bread upon the waters, man.
Yeah. The Mr. Friend. And I just
never
like
know.
the way it sounded coming from their mouth. You know what I mean? The Mr. Friend.
And
The way you say it too, it has a nice ring to it. Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
there's the other side. There's the other side of the coin, huh? Funny. Last night I was driving, and I don't know why that came into my mind, but I remember that incident. I don't know why that came into my mind, but I'll share it right now. When I came back from the States, and I came back in 1987, I didn't know that we had advanced. Okay, in St. Lucia. When I left there, Tony, when you go into a petrol station, before I left, you just
Right.
drive in. There was no in or out. You just drive in. So when I came back, I didn't realize that we had actually advanced. I didn't realize there was an in and an out.
Yeah.
So I went in and we had the out. And I just went, so a fella saw me. And listen, boy, this guy told me off. This guy got on my case, man. Right
wow.
there, I tell you. He's what I remember him say, you all so-called intelligent fellas. That's how you always behave. And then he get on. You see, they have a sign there that says in and out. And he got on. I said, all right, partner. I left it at that. Maybe about a good, maybe 5-6 years after that, that same guy, right, came to me at HTS to ask me if I could raise funds for him because he was sick.
Oh, sheesh.
Wow.
And I remember that, and I said to myself, I wonder if he remembers how he was treating me that
Most
day.
people who
Probably.
do things like that, they don't. You would remember because
Probably
you were
so.
the one who was hurt by it.
You're probably right about that.
Most likely
Probably
he
forgot.
didn't. He may
Probably
have
forgot.
forgotten.
That shook me, and I said, wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. There's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
So we must always be careful, man, how we treat people.
Oh, yeah.
You do not know where you're going to be tomorrow. They don't know where they're going to be
That's
tomorrow.
right.
You do not know, and who's going to be
Yeah,
there
yeah,
for
yeah.
you, who will not be there for you. Must remember that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay, so Kina's going to be with you until 3 this afternoon. And so, Kina, what's happening on your show today?
I'm going to talk about the only country in the world that could feed itself without trade, and it's right here in the Caribbean.
The only country that could feed itself without trade.
Yes,
Oh,
without trade.
Guyana.
Ding ding, you said it.
You serious?
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
yeah.
That's the only country in the world.
Yes, I believe that.
Andre.
I believe that.
Andre, by the way, okay, I'm just adding my little 2 cents. Hala was there. Hala's gone back. Remember I told you. And I picked up Hala Sunday. We were going by backs. I am saying none of that yet. We were going by backs to have a really swell time, and we did have a swell time. And that's one of the things we spoke about. And pray tell, Hala told me that.
What's that?
Guyana.
Yeah.
And that has,
Oh.
I don't know if you're going to read that part or you're aware of that part. It has nothing to do with the oil that they recently got.
Yeah, nothing to
So
do with
you're
the
aware of
oil.
that?
Yes,
Okay, there you
nothing,
go.
absolutely
Nothing,
to do
Andre.
with the oil.
Imagine that.
Yeah, but they're going to be the next superpower of the Caribbean. I can tell you that. Yeah, I can tell you that, boy. I think I was reading, was it yesterday, day before, about they now encouraging nurses who had left Guyana
To return. Yes.
because they said, listen, we got some packages for you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what leaders ought to be doing.
Good.
Using the wealth generated from natural resources and so on, or whatever that is that's generating most of the foreign exchange in the country, that almost everybody can benefit.
Right, yes. Mm.
Anyway, sorry. So that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's an incredible story about a baby being born twice.
That's like,
you
Andre,
know.
I'm gonna go deep.
Getting pregnant twice.
I say, yeah.
That story is so incredible, but I'll touch on it
You-
because, yeah,
You heard what Anthony said this morning?
Yeah, I did.
a
You
woman
did.
cannot.
That's
Get
what he
pregnant
opened it
twice.
up.
What he
right?
said, right?
Yeah, he
And,
opened it
and
up.
Andre read it after that.
Yes,
you know?
and you read and said.
But you heard
that's-
what he said about himself, how he was able, I think he said somebody had tied their womb, and he said he was able to burst that.
Andre, I missed that.
I did not, Anthony.
I missed
Oh,
that.
I missed it. I didn't hear. I heard the other one.
He said, yeah, man. Imagine that. That should go in the Guinness Book of Records.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. She has, what do you call it? A vasectomy?
A vasectomy or something?
I'm not sure which was the vasectomy or the
I'm
The
not
hysterectomy.
sure.
vasectomy, and just
No,
recently
but-
we spoke about
no,
it
you
again. The
sure it's the
vasectomy is the man.
vasectomy?
The vasectomy is
No.
the man.
And as the man, there's the
Right,
vasectomy.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And the hysterectomy is
Is
the
a woman.
That's
well,
right.
No, but
Right.
if she has a hysterectomy, she can't get pregnant.
Well, he said,
He said, yeah.
he's so powerful.
He burst
He was he
And
buzzed
then
that
sa
man.
pathway, patraisa. Sa pathway.
Anthony, the woman probably never had the operation done.
Or maybe she had something else done. And
You
it
know what
was
I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Burst that.
Anthony said, bust that man.
And he pregnant the woman.
Yes, yes.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
The man powerful, man.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes,
sorry,
Kina.
sorry to apologize.
You must be. What's his name? Not Jesus' his father. Jesus' his father.
Yeah. God.
But there's also a new study that's saying that premature babies, Andre Tony,
Mm-hmm.
they can feel before their brains are ready to understand or cope with it. So that's something else I'll talk on. There's mass flooding happening in Pakistan on the Indian border. So I'll touch on that as well. And a recent study reveals a level of emotional maturity that women have, and it's outpacing men by over a decade.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Well,
So,
I believe that, to be honest with you.
And another study says your country might actually be speeding up your aging where you live in the world.
I believe that
Might
too.
actually be speeding up your aging depending on so many different factors happening in that country.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll touch on that as well. The Rev-Up Slu news with Andre Paul at 1 p.m. Hits of the day, Wanted Wonder, the riddle of the day. And at 2 p.m., someone is going to come by and we're focusing on bipolar disorder. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
She had they're dealing with grief, and she wants to really bring it to the fore and how we treat mental illness within our society. Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
Andre, just quickly,
Breaking
I
the
just happened
stigma
to
pretty much.
have a glance at the Facebook page, and I realized Arthur Charles says that today is also the birthday of Roger Fulgens. Yes, you probably won't know the name. Is my face son, who is married to someone you and Charlie used to have a lot of fun with a lovely red fair skinned lady, Sophia. Arthur, Charlie. Charlie always talk about his wonderful wife and so on, so on, so on.
Okay.
But it's somebody you know, Sophia.
Okay, most
Sophia is
likely.
his wife. Yeah. But
Okay.
Roger is my face son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And happy
So
birthday.
yeah, so Kina is coming on next, as you heard. She has a lot of goodies for all our listeners. And following Kina, we have Zen the DJ from 3 until 5. This is important, folks. He'll be on from 3 until 5 because from 5 o'clock we have Powell Politic with Mary Polius. And of course, Tony Ball.
I'll be there.
Yeah, he'll be
Her
back.
assistant. Yes, I heard Tony say, Uga Pokol.
I shouldn't be even laughing because I'll have said something worse.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's me, I told you, I give you your ratings, guys. You're way ahead of me.
No. Yeah, man. That's some sweet
Way ahead of me.
tunes.
Yeah, but Tony say, Uga Pokol.
Appel telephone.
Now you know.
Oh, somebody told you what you should have said?
No, I know what it is. It's just that at the time, when I'm speaking at the time,
Yeah.
you know, you just, how do you say that again?
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, but if I have to think about it, of course I'll get it right.
Okay.
Okay, so Powell Politic from 5 until 6. All right? So, folks, that's what's happening on Rev-Up St. Lucia for today. Don't forget, in the next 2 weeks, we're going to be changing over to our new frequency on the FM dial, 95.9 FM. All right? 95.9 FM. So keep that locked. All right. So, Tony, thank you very much. Kina, thank you very much for the
You're
time on Hard Drive. This has been Hard Drive, folks. Thanks for listening and thanks for viewing with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Mangrove, and Joseph Shipping Agency. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Joseph's Shipping Agency.
At Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Ram Bally's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballiesfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support.
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Ram Bally's,
we care.
A vacation is a place where love resides, where peace reigns on the edge of tides. 12 bungalows built to your satisfaction. Dine in an exquisite restaurant on the water's edge. Escape to the Mangrove Hideaway, where life begins.
Tune in now, don't wait no more. Rev-Up 97.1, feel the beat from shore to shore. St. Lucia.